Hi, I'm live on Facebook. And I am without my tiniest munchkin. Because he can't... Oh, now you show up. This is my anger face. I gave him an instruction. He chose to do everything else. Anger face. We are going to read chapter 20 of The Road to Oz on Facebook Live right now. This chapter is called Princess Ozma of Oz. I got to get ready to do my dainty female British voice a lot. Shut up, it's dainty. They're laughing at me because I said I'm going to do a dainty female British voice. Annabelle's laughing at me because Annabelle is mean.
I laugh at everything, I told you that.
Yes, but I'm angry, and now you're laughing, and that's not a good combination. Okay, what is going on over there? I want to read the book. Okay, but I want to read a book.
I'm sorry, read.
I'm trying to read. Everybody giving me a hard time tonight. Everybody give me attitude. Attitude over there on the couch. And right here in this chair. My youngest munchkin is crying. I give up. Chapter 20, Princess Ozma of Oz. The royal inhabitants of Oz, who are fine writers and know any number of big words, have often tried to describe the rare beauty of Ozma, and failed because the words were not good enough. So of course I cannot hope to tell you how great was the charm of this little princess, or how her loveliness put to shame all the sparkling jewels and magnificent luxury that surrounded her in her royal palace. Whatever else was beautiful or dainty, see dainty, I told y'all dainty, or delightful of itself, faded to dullness when contrasted with Ozma. What's going on? I'm getting whistled at. People are yelling. What's happening? I was once reading. I don't know what's going on tonight. I'm gonna just sit here for a minute. I'm sorry, everyone. Are we? Can I read? Okay, we all have been talking the whole time. Y'all ain't know any idea what's going on except I said dainty again. Whatever else was beautiful or dainty or delightful of itself faded to dullness when contrasted with Ozma's bewitching face, and it has often been said by those who know that no other ruler in all the world can ever hope to equal the gracious charm of her manner. Everything about Ozma attracted one, and she inspired love and the sweetest affection rather than awe or ordinary admiration. Dorothy threw her arms around her little friend and hugged and kissed her rapturously, and Toto barked joyfully, and Button-Bright smiled a happy smile and consented to sit on the soft cushions close beside the princess. "Why didn't you send me word you're going to have a birthday party?" asked the little Kansas girl when the first greetings were over. "Didn't I?" asked Ozma, her pretty eyes dancing with merriment. "Did you?" replied Dorothy, trying to think. "Who do you imagine, dear, mixed up the roads so as to start you wandering in the direction of Oz?" inquired the princess. What are we talking about now? People just spend like half my book talking. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Am I okay to read? Okay. They're just over there talking. "Oh, I never expected you of that," cried Dorothy. "I watched you in my magic picture all the way here," declared Ozma, "and twice I thought I should have to use the magic belt to save you and transport you to the Emerald City. Once was when the Scoodlers caught you, and again when you reached the Deadly Desert. But the Shaggy Man was able to help you out both times, so I did not interfere." Do you know who Button-Bright is?" asked Dorothy. "No. I never saw him until you found him in the road, and then only in my magic picture." "And did you send Polly to us?" "No, dear. The Rainbow's Daughter slid from her father's arch just in time to meet you." "Well," said Dorothy, "I've promised King Dox of Foxville and King Kickabray of Dunkerton that I'd ask you to invite them to your party." "I've already done that," returned Ozma, "because I thought it would please you to favor them." Did you invite the musicker?" asked Button-Bright. "No, because he would be too noisy and might interfere with the comfort of others. When music is not very good and is indulged in all the time, it is better that the performer should be alone," said the princess. "I like the musicker," declared the boy gravely. "But I don't," said Dorothy. "There will be plenty of music at my celebration," promised Ozma, so I have an idea Button-Bright won't miss the musica at all." Just then Polychrome danced in, and Ozma rose to greet the Rainbow's daughter in her sweetest and most cordial manner. Dorothy thought she had never seen two prettier creatures together than these lovely maidens, but Polly knew at once her own dainty beauty could not match that of Ozma, yet was not a bit jealous because this was so. Once again, dainty. Dainty is the word they use in the book. The Wizard of Oz was unannounced, or the Wizard of Oz was announced. He was not unannounced, he was announced. And a dried-up little old man, clothed all in black, entered the drawing-room. His face was cheery and his eyes twinkling with humor, so Polly and Button-Bright were not at all afraid of this wonderful personage, whose fame as a humbug magician had spread throughout the world. After greeting Dorothy with much affection, he stood modestly behind Ozma's throne and listened to the lively prattle of the young people. Now the Shaggy Man appeared, and so startling was his appearance, all clad in shaggy new raiment, that Dorothy cried, "Oh!" and clasped her hands impulsively as she examined her friend with pleased eyes. "He's still Shaggy, all right," remarked Button-Bright, and Ozma nodded brightly because she had meant the Shaggy Man to remain shaggy when she provided his new clothes for him. Dorothy led him toward the throne, as he was shy in such fine company, and presented him gracefully to the Princess, saying, "This, your Highness, is my friend the Shaggy Man, who owns the Love Magnet." "You are welcome to Oz," said the girl ruler in gracious accents. "But tell me, sir, where did you get the Love Magnet which you say you own?" The Shaggy Man grew red and looked downcast as he answered in a low voice, I stole it, your Majesty." "Oh, Shaggy Man!" cried Dorothy. "How dreadful! And you told me the Eskimo gave you the Love Magnet." He shuffled first on one foot and then on the other, much embarrassed. "I told you a falsehood, Dorothy," he said, "but now, having bathed in the truth pond, I must tell nothing but the truth." "Why did you steal it?" asked Ozma gently. "'Cause no one loved me or cared for me," said the Shaggy Man, "and I wanted to be loved a great deal. Was owned by a girl in Butterfield who was loved too much, and so that the young men quarreled over her, which made her unhappy. After I had stolen the magnet from her, only one young man continued to love the girl, and she married him and regained her happiness." "Are you happy you stole it?" asked the Princess. "No, your Highness, I'm glad," he answered, "for it has pleased me to be loved, and if Dorothy had not cared for me, I could not have accompanied her to this beautiful land of Oz, or met its kind-hearted ruler. And now that I'm here, I hope to remain and to become one of your Majesty's most faithful subjects." "But in Oz we are loved for ourselves alone, and for our kindness to one another, and for our good deeds," she said. "I'll give up the Love Magnet," said the Shaggy Man eagerly. "Dorothy can have it." "But everyone loves Dorothy already," declared the Wizard. "And Button-Bright should have it." "Don't want it," said the boy promptly. "Then I'll give it to the Wizard, for I'm sure the lovely Princess Ozma does not need it." "All my people love the Wizard, too," announced the Princess, laughing. "So we will hang the Love Magnet over the gates of the Emerald City, that whoever shall enter or leave the gates may be loved and loving." "That is a good idea," said the Shaggy Man. "I agree to it most willingly." Those assembled now went in to dinner, which you can imagine was a grand affair, and afterward Ozma asked the Wizard to give them an exhibition of his magic. The Wizard took 8 tiny white piglets from an inside pocket and set them on the table. One was dressed like a clown and performed funny antics. The others leaped over spoons and dishes and ran around the table like racehorses, and turned handsprings, and were so sprightly and amusing that they kept the company in one roar of merry laughter. The Wizard had trained these pests to do many curious things, and they were so little and so cunning and soft that Polychrome loved to pick them up as they passed near her place, and fondle them as if they were kittens. It was late when the entertainment ended, and they were separated to go into their rooms. "Tomorrow," said Ozma, "my invited guests will arrive, and you will find among them some interesting and curious people, I promise you. The next day will be my birthday, and the festivities will be held on the broad green just outside the gates of the city, where all my people can assemble without being crowded." "Well, I hope Scarecrow won't be late," said Dorothy anxiously. "Oh, he is sure to return tomorrow," answered Ozma. "He wanted new straw to stuff himself with, so he went to the Munchkin country, where straw is plentiful." With this, the Princess bade her guests good night and went to her own room. And that is the end of Chapter 20, Princess Ozma of Oz. Tomorrow night, Chapter 21, Dorothy receives the guests. I should have 2 munchkins, I call them the A-Team, here with me. And we'll read together. 8 o'clock, Facebook Live. I hope you can join us. Good night. I keep clicking the finish button and it's not finishing the video. You're just sitting here watching me.